All right, everyone. Good morning. I hope everyone's had a chance to join in. It's 8 o'clock here. Thank you for joining us for our system-wide meeting in June here. Thank you to Grace for putting together this beautiful Prezi. It's so nice to have Grace with her graphic eye to put these together probably much quicker than I do. And of course, they look a lot better too. So thank you, Grace, for that. As we get started, as always, we will start with our positive focus. And Bozeman will be our very first city to report its positive focus. You are muted, Bozeman. If you are speaking, we can't hear you yet. Looks like they're still muted. I'm going to jump over here to Butte while Bozeman looks at that. Butte, Ken there in Butte, can you hear me okay? I hope everyone's okay here. We're not, Bill, can you hear me still?
I can hear you.
Interesting. Well, we've still got some mute issues there in Butte and Bozeman. Let's jump over to Great Falls then.
Hi, it's Michelle in Great Falls. I'm going to start our positive focus with, we have actually outgrown our Great Falls office. We are overflowing into the office. We can no longer fit in our conference room. And we also would like to say that all of our AR collecting is within 35 days.
Excellent. That sounds like a request couched in a positive focus, Michelle.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It's positive that we're growing.
Well, it's very positive. These are the good problems to have, and I'm looking forward to coming up there in a few weeks and seeing what's happening up there, and hopefully identifying here in the near future a expanded venue for you guys. It's great to see the growth in Great Falls this year. And thanks to everyone for their efforts on that. Beautiful picture of Helena here. We'll bounce over to Helena for a positive focus in Helena.
All right, Mark, I'll take the positive focus for Helena. Honestly, really happy with how things have panned out post-COVID. The team has worked really well together, had a very positive May, had a very profitable May, and I know that's a tribute to the hard work that the staff and the techs are putting in to make sure we're following the right processes and to make sure we got happy customers. So just really, really thankful for the work they're doing there.
Excellent. Yeah, it's nice to see the recovery and things post-COVID, and hopefully continuing to see that. It's obviously concerning that we're seeing increase of cases really all over the country right now, and that's just a reminder to all of us that we need to continue to be vigilant in the areas that we can control to our abilities the expansion of this virus. So really important to continue with disinfection procedures, social distancing, making sure that if you do have a situation where you're feeling symptoms that may be COVID related, that you're self-isolating. So we certainly need to continue to be very careful about that. Jumping over to Kalispell here and to Jerry Leeming, I'm looking forward to being up in Kalispell tomorrow to visit that branch and all the great stuff they've got going on up there. Jerry, can you share your positive with us here for June?
Good morning. Our positive focus for June in Kalispell is I have an excellent team. They've been doing really good. They pull together. They communicate well with each other, and we are growing. We brought on a superintendent for Kalispell, Jay Culver. He'll be starting tomorrow. That's going to be a great addition for us to be able to start ramping our repair team up. He's got 30 years experience in the construction trades. I think it's going to be a wonderful thing for us.
Jerry, it doesn't seem like that long ago. I remember sitting up there in the old building that you were first in when we were in Kalispell, and you were not having a lot to do, and I was telling you that Jerry, at some point we'll look back at this time when you didn't have a lot to do and it'll seem like a very different world. We're there now, right?
Exactly. I remember that day and that exact conversation. We are there.
Yeah, so it's a blessing to see and great to see how the teams come together up there. All right, we'll bounce down to Missoula here for, I think that it is Lisa Dixon who's going to be sharing the positive focus for Missoula.
That's right. Good morning, everybody. This is
Good
Lisa.
morning, Lisa.
I just wanted to, our positive focus here in Missoula is the fact that we have had a big upswing in work coming in, which is very positive for all of us. But kind of on the flip side of that, in the past few months, we've been able to assist a lot of the other locations with their heavy workloads. And we've been, it's a great opportunity to always mix our crews. I hear very positive things. And I feel it tends to do a lot of team building when people are out working with each other. So grateful for that. Grateful that everybody seemed to go through this, pandemic, basically staying healthy. Grateful for that as well. And I just want everyone to continue to be safe. Thank you.
Yeah, very important for everyone to stay safe, stay vigilant with the virus there. We're glad that things are in an upswing, but obviously we still want to be very, very careful. Backing up to Butte, I can see Butte there. Jen, can you share, or someone there in Butte, share the positive focus for Butte? Hopefully we'll be able to hear you all now.
Can you hear me now, Mark?
Gotcha, Ken.
Okay. Yeah, so for Butte, we've just been extremely busy, but the biggest thing for us is that the positive thing is that we've had a lot of people from Missoula, Kalispell, Helena, and then also Bozeman sending staff over to help us out. We had a pretty big week last week with a lot of losses and a lot of rain. So yeah, just thank you for everybody helping us out on that.
It's great to see. I remember, I can see we got like standing room there in Butte. I can remember the days when it was like 3 people crowded around a camera there. So great to see that there too. All right, and then we'll bounce back to Bozeman here and see if we've got someone who can represent the Bozeman positive focus.
I will talk to you about those. They had Stephanie came on to help us on the Speedy thing, and already seeing them going out and visiting with clients, and I'm just thankful for her and Lindsay and coming over from Missoula to help out, and it's just been really positive to see that come through.
Yep. All right, Stephanie, give a little wave. We got a little more introduction of Stephanie, but Stephanie, go ahead and throw your right hand up. Give everyone a little wave there so they can see Miss Stephanie there, who's working in business development in Bozeman. And yes, thank you to Lindsay. Lindsay, if you're on right now, thanks for coming over and doing some of our initial field prospecting, visiting some of our referral sources here in Bozeman. We had our annual marketing strategy planning meeting yesterday, and good to see the whole team there for that. Moving on to our CARE Award winners, and as we jump into this, I want to say for anyone here, this is like the either second or third time I've had to eat some humble pie here. I know there's a couple people who did not in a timely manner receive their CARE Award from me, and so my apologies to you on that. Sometimes I get done with these meetings and then jump into other stuff and it falls off my radar. And that really kind of sends the message to everyone that maybe this isn't all that important. And that is something that I want to just apologize to everyone for if that's happened to you. I've asked Grace to make sure that as soon as we jump off these, that we just take care of it right away to get it out and into the mail and make sure that that doesn't happen again. But for this month, we have 3 very deserving CARE Award winners. Again, for anyone who's new with us here, our CARE Award is an award where we have nominees that come in to our company from the various team members who note or who observe someone who is exemplifying and living out our core values in a very tangible way, in a way that is obvious to everyone. And so for the East region, we have Madison Smith. And Ken, who's presenting Madison for the East region?
Be Jennifer.
I thought it was Jennifer, but I want to say, Jennifer, thanks for sending that in. I saw that the other day, and go ahead, take it away, Jen.
Yeah, we nominated Madison because we're just so appreciative of her and her crew coming over and taking care of contents while we've been so busy. And then with the Beaverhead job, there was a lot of really sensitive documents and stuff in the basement, a lot of state maps and historical things. And her crew went in there and did a really great job of managing that and getting them where they could be sent to be restored. So we just really appreciate Madison and everything she's done for us here in Butte.
Yeah, it's really good. That job down in Beaverhead at the Beaverhead Courthouse was really a unique one. We actually ended up sending off a refrigerator or freezer truck of documents that went out to be freeze dried. That's not something that happens regularly, but something that we can do to be able to salvage documents that have been impacted by water damage. Of course, anyone that has worked with Madison knows that she is very passionate about making sure we do the right thing for the contents that we work on. So Madison, congratulations on the Care Award for the East region. We'll move over to the Central region. Bill, who's presenting for Tyler Ritchie?
Can I have Nolan do that, please?
Oh, excellent. All right, Nolan, go ahead.
Yeah, so everybody knows that the last few months have been pretty difficult. But they were extremely difficult for the repair team because it seems like all in one foul swoop, we lost just about our entire team, sadly. Claudius got in a car accident and he was out for a bit. Jeremiah got into some trouble and we had to let him go, unfortunately. And then I got called into the National Guard and was gone for 2 months. So Tyler ran everything on his own. He planned jobs, coordinated with contractors, customers. He completed the jobs, and he finished out a Jack Raid project, which was a $75,000 repair project. We just really wanted to thank Tyler for everything that he did during that time. And he stepped up huge because without him, there wouldn't have been any repair projects here going on.
Sorry, guys, I had to take myself off mute. Tyler, thank you for your efforts during what was indeed a very difficult time. Nolan, that's a great way to recap that. Thank you for that. Congratulations to Tyler. And then in the West, we have Marcy Whitegrass. I believe that it's Megan who's going to be speaking to Marcy.
Hey, Mark.
Hi, Megan. Good morning.
Good morning. I nominated Marcy. She has just an infectious personality in our content department. She is laughing all the time. You know, we just recently worked with a customer who would not stop talking about how much she appreciated Marcy and how personable Marcy was. So I just wanted to recognize her for that, you know, to let her know she's doing a great job. The customers noticed her and all of our technicians noticed her too. So.
That's excellent. Yep. When our core value of compassion comes out with that infectious personality, that's always so appreciated, and especially by the customers, and just can lift the spirits of the whole team on a project. Marcy, thank you for that. Is Marcy there in the screen? I don't know if we can see Marcy there. If you give us a wave there in the Missoula, our little tiny thumbnail there. I can't quite see if she's there or not, but anyway, so thank you to Marcy, to Tyler, and to Madison. Let's give them all a hand, and thank you for representing Dayspring so well, especially in these difficult times. Thank you to you all. And we will make sure that we get those Care Awards in the mail to you soon, hopefully today. All right, moving on, a few new team members that we want to announce here that we're really proud to have on our team. We have in the Bozeman region a new Springer with us who already waved there, Stephanie Springer. She is in business development, comes on to us with business development. And of course, Stephanie has, I think as many people know, worked in Dayspring's office in contents, a little bit in janitorial as well in the past. So she certainly has a good understanding of what Dayspring does. We're really excited to have her representing us in the business development in the East region. So welcome aboard, Miss Stephanie. We also have Jeremy Boatman in contents. Jeremy just started with us here, I believe, last week, and glad to have Jeremy on in contents. In Butte, we have Louise Rivera, also in contents. A lot of contents happening right now, especially in Butte, so very important addition there. In Great Falls, we have Haley Burrows as a mitigation technician. In Kalispell, Aaron Becker, and also Jay Culver, who Jerry mentioned earlier as a construction superintendent. Very important and needed there in the Kalispell region. Looking forward to hopefully meeting both Aaron and Jay tomorrow when I'm up in the Flathead visiting that branch and getting to know them. So welcome aboard to all the new Dayspring team members, and I hope everyone will make them feel welcome and help us welcome them aboard. As to any jobs that we have, one of Grace's discouragements is the pulling teeth, as she says it, in getting photos of the jobs. I know everyone's really busy, so we don't have any photos of jobs that we are working on together, but there's been a number of examples of jobs that we've worked together on. I know that there's been jobs in Great Falls. They've been busy up there. We've had people coming into other branches to help out on it. And as Ken mentioned earlier, we have really a major influx of water damage for both commercial and residential in Butte due to the storms. We're really all over southwest Montana there, down into Wise River, Dillon, and that was the Beaverhead County project that was mentioned earlier. We had people coming in to help from Missoula on that. And then of course we have the project up at ATI in the Flathead, where we have folks coming in to help on that very large project, both for mitigation and repair there. Is there anything that I left off? Anyone want to mention any other jobs where we've been working together? Of course, these are one of the things that really is important for Dayspring, where we're able to pull together and help out on projects where we otherwise wouldn't be able to handle it all by ourselves for a single branch. Anyone want to note anything before I move on? But I just wanted to thank anyone who's going on the road for those projects. We know that going on the road to help out sometimes can be disruptive to your families, and taking time away to help out with those. We want you to know that that is recognized and appreciated. We wouldn't be able to do those jobs without you. Anything else that we missed there from any of the regional or project managers?
Hey, Mark, in Great Falls, we're working on 2 fires, Costello and Bertrand, and we've had people coming up from Helena to assist with contents for the last 2 weeks. So we really appreciate that.
Very good. Very good. Lots of support within the regions, which of course makes these jobs work. So again, just want to thank everyone who is either spending a night in a hotel or away from their families or other activities that they have. We want you to know how much we appreciate that. A few announcements that we want to talk about today, and I'm going to let Grace. Grace, are you on the call right now? I'd like to just let you talk about these new modules that we have in Dayspring Academy. If you're not on, no problem, I can, or if you're not able to talk right now, I can go through this, but I'd like to give you the opportunity to talk about it if you're on.
Yep, I'm here.
Excellent. Go ahead, Grace.
Okay, so I just wanted to let everybody know that I added a new course to Dayspring Academy. It's not required for everybody, but it is open to you as an option if you would like to take the course. It'll only be required for new hires. But the way you get to courses that aren't required is you go to your course catalog, which if you go to the next slide, it will kind of show you where. So in this top right
corner. That's the one where you want me, Grace?
What's that?
Is this where you want me?
Yep, that's perfect. So in that top right corner, you can just tap course catalog, and then you can go to the next slide. And then this will give you the options of the courses that are available, and then you can just select which course you'd like to take.
And Grace, tell us, for those people who haven't had a chance to go into the Dayspring Academy, we've got a lot of stuff in process right now. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the stuff that's coming down the pipeline that people should be expecting to see over the summer?
Yeah, so we have a huge plan put in place for this, and definitely want to get more courses rolled out as quick as possible. But eventually it'll kind of be like a whole platform to walk you through your job position, to walk you through onboarding, and that sort of thing. Also for mitigation, we released a course this week for how to check out equipment in solitaire. So people who are in mitigation will see that one. That one's really good for kind of walking you through that process. But yeah, and if you haven't actually logged into your Talent LMS course, dig in your email. You should see a notification about it with your login. Or if you have any questions about how to log in, just send me an email and I'll get you set up.
Excellent, Grace. We're really excited about this. It provides a way for us to be able to make sure that we have consistency across all of our locations. And one of the things that is going to be coming here in the relatively new future is information and training about our workflows. The first one that we'll be getting through the Talent LMS platform here is the water damage mitigation workflow. And this will, especially for people who are working in the mitigation world, being able to understand how we want to make sure that every single project flows from the work execution standpoint. You will see more about that coming down the pipeline and really just helping to equip everyone in the same way for what we want to accomplish on every single project. Grace has done a great job taking the lead on this. Grace, thanks for walking us through that. Now, Grace mentioned that you might dig back in your email to find information about Talent LMS. And I just wanted to mention a few words about email because it's really become important to us to make sure that we are very, very careful with email security. I know a lot of people have went through training at some point with a bit of information on what's called email phishing. Now, this is something that is just unfortunately becoming so prevalent in our world, and it's sad because there is so much effort that is taken to perpetuate fraud in electronic platforms right now, that it really presents an enormous risk for us. And so I really wanted to draw people's attention to two things as it relates to email because of how prevalent it is. And in fact, I would say it's so prevalent that I just, on a personal side, probably have somewhere between, on any given day, anywhere from 10 to 50 different phishing attempts on my email address. I've had the same email address for about 20 years. It's been mark@dayspringrestoration.com, which means that there's just a lot of risk associated with my email address, and it happens to me constantly. And so there's really two rules that I want to remind everyone with as it relates to email. And I want to say this all within the context of this. My approach to email is generally one of constant suspicion. I view almost every single email that I get as something that is potentially suspicious. And it's just, there's so much fraud happening all the time. That's the reason that I have to take that approach with it. And so as we talk about it, I want everyone to think about two things as you get into this. The first one relates to attachments or files that go with an email. And then the second one relates to requests, okay? So on the very first one, as it relates to the issue of attachments, I gave an example here of an email that I received yesterday. This was one of quite a few emails that I got yesterday. I get at least 3 or 4 of these every single day that says that I have a voice message and that it's highly important that I view this voice message. You can see up in this corner of the email message, it said this message was sent with high importance. So it's made to look as though I've got this really important thing that I need to look at. And right here, you can see it's made to look like it's from Dayspring. It's got our logo. Whoever tried to perpetuate fraud with Dayspring, they made it look like it's from Dayspring Restoration. They've got our logo in here. It's highly important. And it says that I've got this voice message that I need to listen to here that's 28 seconds. And I might be led to look at this and go, I need to listen to this right away. If you get something like this, please just delete this email right away. You can see that who this is from. It says it's from the Dayspring Restoration VoIP, but the email address it came from is knvjxuxy@zitomedia.net. That's the first clue to me that this email is some sort of phishing fraud. So this is one that I look at and immediately I just delete it. I do not want to hit play down here and listen to this, because what happens is that I can very easily have some sort of virus installed just by trying to play this voicemail. Now, we don't get VoIP messages through email right now in this way. So if you get anything like this, just delete it right away. And you can trust that this email, it's not important. It's not something that you need to see. You can just delete it. The other one that you will get very commonly are just attachments, where it says, you know, there's a really important attachment. Maybe it's some sort of tracking as it relates to a package. Maybe it says that you have some sort of legal action filed against you and there's an affidavit attached. I want to just encourage everyone to look at any attachment you get to any email in this way. If you do not know what the attachment is and you're not expecting the attachment from someone that you know, and again, the most important first part of that is you're expecting to receive this attachment. Do not open an attachment, okay? And this gets now to the next point that we need to talk about, and this is requests. A lot of times you may get a request in an email. Someone says, hey, I need to send you some information. I need you to send me your social security number, for example. You may even see something from our accounting department that says from someone like Chase or Buck or Nancy or Dirk in our accounting department. It may say, I need you to send you your social security number, or I need you to send me your bank account information because we can't process your direct deposit. Here's what I need you to do. Always verify an email request for action or information with a conversation. You need to, anytime you get a request like this, pick up your phone and ask. Do not reply to the email. Pick up your phone and ask the question. Nancy, Buck, Dirk, Chase, I just want to verify that you need my social security number. Now, if they need that information, they're probably going to call you or seek you out in person and ask over the phone for that information. But please do not ever send information about a customer. Don't ever send information about another employee or yourself in an email without a conversation to verify that's actually what's being required or requested. If we follow these two very simple rules, which is, first of all, view every single attachment that you receive as potentially problematic or potentially fraud, and number two, verify all requests with a conversation, we will be able to eliminate almost any attempt to create fraud against Dayspring. Now, there's a lot of risk here. If you received a request, for example, as an office admin, you received a request from someone like Nancy Schmidt, for example, saying, hey, I need you to send me the information about a number of employees, you could really endanger a bunch of people in your office. These things that happen are happening constantly. They're happening daily. We're working against them all the time, but these criminals who try to perpetuate this fraud, they're getting craftier and more sly in the way that they do this, and they continually are increasing the risk that we face. Now, one of the things that's unfortunate about this is that we are having to increase the security that we have in our organization, which means that in many cases, you're going to see things like multi-stage authentication required, which means that when you do things like, let's say, for example, try to log into Bamboo, it may require an additional level of verification to verify that you are in fact you. We know that this causes a little bit of it causes a little bit of disruption. It causes a little bit more work, and we don't like that. I hate it when I get an email or a text that says I need to enter another number to get into a website that I am trying to do business with. It's a pain in the neck. But unfortunately, these are the times that we live in. And just know that we are doing these things because we want to be careful and we want to protect everyone in our organization. We don't want anyone to have a situation where they have fraud or a data breach against them. If you ever have something happen where you think maybe something has happened, listen, this can happen to anyone. You could have fraud that is caused against you. It's happened to us before. We understand that sometimes it's embarrassing. We don't want you to be embarrassed. This happens all the time. Please just report it. If you have something like this happen to you, these situations are, like I said, they're trickier and trickier, and it happens. And if it does happen, we want to just find out about it as soon as possible. We don't want you to be embarrassed about it because it happens. And it's happened to a lot of us where these sort of criminals do this sort of activity. If anyone has any questions about this, please see our accounting department. They can help you with additional information. As we wrap up here, we wanted to know, Grace has got this last little item in here for you guys. Congratulations, it's Friday Eve. Have a great day. End of the week here is right around the corner. Thank you to everyone for what you're doing here to help Dayspring be a great company. We especially, again, want to thank our Care Award winners. Thank you for all that you do to make Dayspring a great place. Have a great week, everyone, and a great weekend when it gets here, here in just a very short time. Talk to you later. Have a great day.
Just 'cause it's-